is a tricky question, and if you remember the directions on this question, they want you to put it in slope-intercept form. So first we have to remember, what is slope-intercept form? Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, because we see the slope and we see the intercept. All right, so what I notice about this form is y is by itself. So those are both the y's there, and y is by itself. So remember in the last unit, we were practicing solving something for a variable. So in this case, we want to solve this expression here for y. So let's think here. We have 5 times x minus 2y equals 10, and we want to get y alone. So when we see, right, we have to remember that this is really addition here. When we see addition, we want to do subtraction. So I need to subtract 5x from both sides. And what we have to be really careful for is this minus here. We now say negative 2y equals 10 minus 5x. So now we have that expression. So now we see multiplication by negative 2. So when I see multiplication, I'm going to do division. And I have to divide everything by negative 2. So let's take a minute to rewrite that, because that looks really confusing. I have 10 divided by negative 2, and then I have, I'm going to just put a plus sign here for a minute. I have negative 5x divided by negative 2. And then we're going to keep simplifying here, because 10 divided by negative 2 is minus 5. And a negative divided by a negative is positive, so this just becomes 5 halves x. We're almost there, because it doesn't quite look like here in slope-intercept form we have m times x plus b. So we're really close. Let's just rewrite it so it looks the same. We have 5 halves x minus 5. And now we can see this, let's see, pick a different color here. We have the m, right, is the number being multiplied by the x. And then we have the b as the number, the whole thing. So it's negative 5, right? And now they wanted us to graph it. So let's go ahead and get our grid here. All right, so remember, the b is like our starting point. It fixes us to the graph. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go ahead and put that dot there. Let me try to, I should have used the grid. I didn't do a very good job, but try to get as best as we can equal space here. All right, so now we have the slope, and slope is here. And so it's going to rise up 5, and it's going to run 2 to the right, because it's a positive slope. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. If I want to do it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. All right, and now I got my points. I didn't do a very good job. Let's try again. Going through those points, and now I have my line, right? And we can check if we're right here, because this point right here is when y equals 0. So when y equals 0, I have 5x minus 2 times 0 equals 10. So I have 5x equals 10, x equals 2. That's good. So I can kind of double check that whether I'm starting with my standard form and moving it into slope-intercept form, I end up with graphing the same thing. So let's go through the steps. Got to remember what slope-intercept form is. Y equals mx plus b. Say it to yourself over and over again. Next part, got to isolate y. How do I get everything away from the y? I move over the 5x, divide everything by negative 2. Remember, I'm dividing everything by negative 2. And then I go through simplifying until I find b, and I find m, and I have my graph.